Love. It's a word that echoes through poetry, music, and the very core of human experience. We seek it, celebrate it, mourn its loss, and often struggle to define it. Is it the fluttering heart of romance? The steadfast bond of family? The selfless care for a friend? Or is it something more profound, a fundamental force connecting us all? But what is love, really? Is it merely a fleeting emotion, a cocktail of brain chemicals designed for procreation and bonding? Or does it represent a deeper truth, a state of being, a conscious choice, a spiritual path? This question isn't just academic. How we understand love shapes our relationships, our values, and our capacity for connection and compassion in a complex world. Welcome back to the Noble Wisdom Path. In this episode, we embark on an exploration of one of life's most powerful and enigmatic forces, love. From passionate romance to familial devotion, platonic friendship, and universal compassion, love manifests in countless ways. We often treat it as a feeling that happens to us, an unpredictable surge of emotion. But is that the whole story? We will delve into different facets of love, examining its biological and psychological roots, exploring philosophical perspectives, and contrasting these with the profound teachings of Buddhism. Specifically, we will explore the concepts of metta, loving-kindness, karuna, compassion, mudita, sympathetic joy, and upekkha, equanimity, collectively known as the Brahmaviharas or divine abodes. These offer a view of love not just as a passive emotion, but as a quality that can be actively cultivated, a path towards deeper connection, wisdom, and the alleviation of suffering for ourselves and others. Join us as we unravel the multifaceted nature of love. From a scientific standpoint, love, particularly romantic love, is often analyzed through the lens of biology and psychology. Evolutionarily, strong pair bonds facilitated raising offspring, increasing survival rates. Neurochemically, falling in love involves a potent mix of hormones and neurotransmitters. Dopamine fuels desire and reward. Oxytocin promotes bonding and trust, and vasopressin is linked to long-term attachment. These chemical processes create the intense feelings of attraction, euphoria, and connection associated with early-stage romance. It can feel overwhelming, almost like an addiction, driven by ancient biological imperatives. Psychology offers further layers. Attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby, suggests our early relationships with caregivers shape our patterns of relating and loving in adulthood. Secure attachment fosters trust and intimacy, while insecure attachment, anxious or avoidant, can lead to difficulties in forming stable, healthy bonds. Sternberg's triangular theory of love proposes three components: intimacy, closeness, connection, passion, physical attraction, romance, and commitment, decision to maintain the love. Different combinations yield different types of love, e.g., passion plus intimacy equals romantic love. Intimacy plus commitment equals companionate love. All three equals consummate love. These perspectives highlight love as a complex interplay of biological drives, chemical reactions, learned behaviors, and cognitive appraisals. They explain the powerful feelings, the drive to connect, and the patterns we often repeat. However, reducing love solely to hormones and attachment styles can feel incomplete. Does it capture the selfless sacrifice of a parent, the enduring loyalty of a lifelong friend, or the universal compassion advocated by spiritual traditions? While biology and psychology provide crucial insights into the mechanisms and expressions of love, they may not fully encompass its potential as a cultivated state or a deeper reality. Philosophers throughout history have grappled with the nature of love, often distinguishing between different forms and exploring its ethical and existential significance. Ancient Greeks famously identified several types: eros, passionate, romantic love; philia, friendship, loyalty; storge, familial affection; and agape, unconditional, universal love. Plato, in his Symposium, saw eros not just as physical desire, but as a ladder ascending towards the appreciation of beauty itself, ultimately leading to the contemplation of the form of beauty, a spiritual and intellectual journey sparked by love. Aristotle emphasized philia, seeing true friendship between virtuous individuals as essential for a flourishing life. Eudaimonia *. based on mutual respect, shared values, and wishing well for the other's sake. In modern philosophy, perspectives vary. Some existentialists view love as a fundamental project of freedom, a choice to value and commit to another, while acknowledging the inherent risks and anxieties involved. Others focus on the ethical dimensions. Iris Murdoch saw love as the extremely difficult realization that something other than oneself is real, a movement away from selfish fantasy towards appreciating the independent reality of others. Philosophers often highlight the distinction between love based on need or deficiency and love based on appreciation or virtue. While scientific views focus on mechanisms, philosophical views often explore the meaning, value, and ethical implications of love, pushing us to consider it not just as a feeling, but as a way of relating to the world and others. Buddhism offers a profound and practical framework for understanding and cultivating love through the 4 Brahmaviharas, or divine abodes: metta, loving-kindness; karuna, compassion; mudita, sympathetic joy; and upekkha, equanimity. These are not merely emotions, but qualities of heart and mind that can be intentionally developed through meditation and ethical conduct, leading to liberation from suffering. Metta, loving-kindness, is the foundational quality. It is the sincere wish for the well-being and happiness of all beings, without discrimination or expectation of return. It's an attitude of unconditional friendliness and goodwill. Metta practice typically begins by cultivating this feeling towards oneself, recognizing our own innate desire for happiness and freedom from suffering. Then, it gradually extends outwards to a benefactor, a dear friend, a neutral person, a difficult person, and finally, to all beings throughout the universe. Unlike romantic love, eros, or attachment-based affection, storge, metta is universal and impartial. It's not dependent on whether we like someone or whether they benefit us. It's a recognition of shared sentience and the universal wish for happiness. Cultivating metta counteracts ill will, anger, and resentment, fostering connection and warmth. Karuna, compassion, arises naturally from metta when encountering suffering. It is the heart's response to pain, the wish for beings to be free from suffering. Karuna is not pity, which can imply superiority, or grief, which can be overwhelming, but an active empathy coupled with the aspiration to help alleviate suffering where possible. It involves understanding the causes of suffering, often rooted in ignorance, craving, and aversion, and responding with wisdom and kindness. Like metta, karuna is cultivated systematically, starting with compassion for oneself, then extending to those whose suffering is obvious, and eventually encompassing all beings caught in the cycle of suffering. Samsara. Karuna motivates ethical action and helps dissolve the illusion of separation between self and other. It is the driving force behind the Bodhisattva ideal in Mahayana Buddhism, the aspiration to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Complementing metta and karuna are mudita and upekkha. Mudita, sympathetic or appreciative joy, is the ability to rejoice in the happiness, success, and good fortune of others, without envy or comparison. It is the opposite of jealousy and resentment. Cultivating mudita involves genuinely feeling happy when others are happy, recognizing that their well-being does not diminish our own. This can be challenging, especially when we feel lacking or compare ourselves unfavorably. Mudita practice often involves bringing to mind the happiness of others, a friend achieving a goal, a stranger enjoying a simple pleasure, and consciously cultivating joy in response. It counteracts the self-centeredness that often fuels unhappiness and strengthens our sense of interconnectedness. It recognizes that happiness is not a zero-sum game. Upekkha, equanimity, is perhaps the most subtle and profound of the 4. It is often translated as equanimity, but it encompasses balance, impartiality, and non-reactivity. Upekkha is not indifference or apathy, but a spacious, unwavering state of mind that remains steady amidst life's inevitable ups and downs, gain and loss, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, fame and disrepute, the 8 worldly winds. It arises from wisdom, particularly the understanding of impermanence, and nika, and the law of karma. Upekkha allows us to love, with metta, karuna, and mudita, without attachment, clinging, or biased preference. It helps us accept reality as it is, understanding that we cannot control everything and that all beings are owners of their karma. It provides the balance needed for the other three Brahmaviharas to be truly boundless and wise, preventing compassion from becoming burnout or loving kindness from turning into possessive attachment. Upekkha sees the bigger picture, fostering peace and stability. Together, the four Brahmaviharas represent a complete and balanced path of heart cultivation, viewing love not as a scarce commodity or a fleeting feeling, but as an expansive, trainable capacity inherent within us. So what is love? It appears to be far more than just a single emotion. It's a complex phenomenon with biological roots, psychological expressions, philosophical depth, and spiritual potential. While the intense feelings of romantic love are driven by hormones and evolutionary imperatives, and our attachment styles shape our relational patterns, these don't define the limits of love. Philosophical inquiry pushes us to consider its ethical significance and its role in a meaningful life. Buddhism, through the Brahmaviharas, offers a transformative perspective. Love is a set of interconnected qualities: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity that can be consciously cultivated. This path reframes love from something we passively experience to something we actively practice. It encourages us to extend goodwill universally, metta, respond wisely to suffering, karuna, celebrate the joy of others, mudita, and maintain balance amidst life's changes, upekkha. This cultivated love, rooted in wisdom and non-attachment, becomes a powerful force for personal transformation and the creation of a more compassionate world. It suggests that the deepest form of love isn't just a feeling, but a way of being, a conscious engagement with the interconnected reality of existence. How do you define love? Do the Buddhist concepts of metta, karuna, mudita, and upekkha resonate with you? Share your reflections in the comments below. If you found this exploration valuable, please like, subscribe, and continue the journey with us on the Noble Wisdom Path.